Hi there, this is CJ Miller. I'm in my kitchen in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I'm here with this dough. Now you see a little bit, it's a little bit wetter than it could be, than it really should be, but it's doing okay. It's rising very well. I wouldn't have wanted it to be much different than this. And what I have is a foil lined surface ready to go with uh, for the shaping of what's going to be my loaf. I'm going to do a couple of them. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bread dough down here. I'll probably do it, maybe I could do it in threes, but if not, I could do it in two loaves. I'll have to see where I'm going. I'm going to do one of them as a sort of a coffee snack. It'll be chocolate. Maybe I'll put a couple of almonds on the top of it. But so this is just, I'm going to take half of the dough or whatever and put down here. We'll see how it goes. I'll come back to you in just a moment. I'm going to pause the video. So at this point, you will work it gradually, adding more flour as you feel needed. You'll probably, if you do like I did, just dump on here, maybe you'll get one or two pieces where you get a little, uh, a little bit more than what you wanted on the surface of the bread. If that happens, just wet your hand, pat down, and yeah. So we want this to get a good workable doughy where you can work it and it hold it for and it holds its form. When we get like this, then we can put in our additives, which in this case is going to be chocolate chips, and then across the top of it, I'll put in some almonds. So I've taken about half of the dough that I had punched into a flour. I didn't punch it, I just kind of like slowly kneaded. I took about half of that dough and put it in here. Then I'm going to put the chocolate chips, and then I'm going to take this dough and put on top of it. And we'll see where we're going from there. I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to layer it. I want to see how things are going to work. That's a good thing about using a really easy bread dough, like a quick bread recipe, as a quick bread is a lot more forgiving than something that uses a yeast that you must activate and everything. And there's double leavening in here, so yeah, it's like uh, this will allow for a margin of error that's kind of moderate, so that's kind of cool. All right, so here I'm showing how I put down a second layer of the dough on top of the chocolate chips that were laying on top of the first layer. And then what I want to do is I kind of want to even it out, make sure it's as even as possible can be of a topography. The chips are from here all the way around, and yeah, that's good. I'm going to put another layer of chips on. Hang on. All right, so what I want to do is I want to demonstrate how I have the chips to the center, kind of like a runway. And the reason why is as there's a little chip that's digging. I don't want the weight of the chip to inadvertently prevent the rising, particularly around the crust of this bread. So you need to feel it, a little wetness around here. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of like work these chips and make sure they're not falling off too much. All right, so here in the loaf pan, I have added a top layer. So I have a layer of bread, a layer of chips, a layer of bread dough, and then, let me put this up. Layer of bread dough, layer of the Toll House chocolate chips, and then a layer of bread dough, and then I topped it with this layer of, so we have dough, chips, dough, chips, dough. There we go. All right, so I'm going to let it rest here, whatever, until I'm ready to bake it. But that's the end of the second part of this video. No, it's not. Hang on one second. Aha. Yes. So what I did was made a little bit of a rustic little shape with whole almonds on the top layer of this bread. Now I see that right here, there's the flour is just a little bit dustier than it does need to be. So I can just, I have, my hands are damp with water, so I can just kind of like tap it. But I don't want to pound out too much of the anything that's happening here. As this oh, that's a good dough. I can taste it. It's not too off, and there's no added sugar. But yeah, so as this rises, and I didn't add salt, but the dough actually tastes salty. This is a good consistency. I got, see, I got a little bit of dough left over, so I can make little muffins or something with that. Now I'm gonna let this sit here. Oh, I probably won't pop this in the oven. I think I'm gonna let it rise for, I don't know, at least an hour, but probably a couple of hours. I like to watch my baking, but anyway, this is the actual end of the second part of this little video, and I won't actually cut in and eat this particular loaf until tomorrow because it's for my visit with my family before our Alice Cooper concert. Okay, love you guys. Really, love and light, peace.